All right, our objective for today, I can simplify and evaluate algebraic expressions using order of operations. Three together, 1, 2, 3. I can simplify and evaluate algebraic expressions using order of operations. So now, if you notice, we have a new concept. What's going inside your Ferrier model? Which is algebraic expressions. Good. However, I am going to focus on order of operations because I still see some of you are making simple mistakes with your order of operations. So to get us started, though, I'm going to introduce algebraic expressions in a little bit different way. Like every concept, I'll try to approach it so that you can transfer some of that concept into your noodle a little bit easier. So let me place it like this. So algebraic expressions. So expressions. Everybody expresses themselves differently, right? For example, Michael Jordan's expressions, he expresses himself two different ways. His favorite sport was what? Basketball. And his favorite subject was mathematics. Let's go. That's right. Some people like to express themselves by painting their hair different colors. Some people like to express themselves by getting a different kind of hairdo. For example, I already told you guys that I used to have my long hair, right? No. Yeah, I used to have it. Let's see. Who has long hair in here? Long hair. Who has long hair? Let's see. Letty, let's see. Letty, do you have it to like your waist or something like that? I had it like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring pictures so you guys can see it. But then people start asking for autographs, so I got to be careful. Anyways, and then after I had it that long, I started getting like braids. You guys know what that is? Be nice. So anyways, different ways of expressing oneself. Music is also a way of expressing oneself, right? People like different kind of music. Is that correct? So imagine that one day a student from this class comes in and says, Mr. Q, my parents won a class set of tickets to front row of a concert, and they want to donate it to your period 7 class. And we're like, really? But we have to worry about fundraising for the transportation. No, they're going to pay for a charter bus for us. And I'm like, oh, snap. I said, all right, Audrey, well, let me ask Mr. Lopez, see if they're going to approve it. So I go to Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez comes back, and he says, yes, as long as we get parent waivers signed and turned in. So I bring the parent waivers. We tell Audrey, tell your parents thank you, and yes, we accept the concert and the charter bus. All right, so we're off. So we're all excited for the field trip, so we go. And we get there, front row, bam. Does everybody see us over there, front row? we just see the arms going, yeah. We're waiting for the concert to begin. I know, everybody's like, there you go. So we're front row, and we have our tickets, but the ticket doesn't say art. It says like a special artist, and it says from 7 to 10 p.m. So it's a 3-hour concert. So we get there, and all of a sudden, the concert starts to begin. We hear the music and introduction, and here we go. All of a sudden, everybody starts looking at me. I'm like, don't look at me, look at Audrey. They're the ones that got us the concert tickets for the front row. But I like this because it's opera, You guys notice this type of music? Have you guys heard it before? Anyway, this is what was his name? Did it say right there? Andrea Bocelli. He's blind, but he has an amazing voice. So we're looking at our ticket 7 to 10 p.m. Alright. So the song, I know. The song ends and we're like, oh man, and we're thinking 3 hours, front row. And of course I'm enjoying it, but then you're like, man, and then he's all, oh, by the way, we have another special artist. Ready? Here you go. And our special artist, here we go. Yeah, let's go. Anyways. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's true. You would go to get the selfie stick. Okay, got it. So anyways, so what type of music did we start with? Opera, right? And then we went to what? Pop or be nice. So anyways, that same way, the way music changes from genre to genre as soon as they introduce something new, mathematics is the same way. When we started our mathematics career back in preschool and kinder and all that, we started just with numbers and operations. Look up, please. And that's what we called numerical expressions, just number and operations. But as soon as they introduce something else to numbers and operations, they're no longer numerical expressions. They're called algebraic expressions. Does that make sense? Kind of like the music. As soon as you introduce something different, it becomes something different. So what are algebraic expressions? Write this down. Algebraic expressions are expressions that contain variables, constants, which are numbers, and operations. So let's see, 3 things. What do they contain? Variables, numbers, and operations. Algebraic expressions contain what? Variables, numbers, and operations. Examples: x plus 3, m minus 7, 2 times y, k squared divided by 5. All those are algebraic expressions. Copy that. All right, here we go. So once again, what are algebraic expressions? They contain what? Variables, numbers, and operations. So let's see. Do these have variables? Yes. Numbers? Yes. Operations? Yes. Let's see non-examples. Look at these. Write those down. As you're writing them down, start thinking these are not algebraic expressions because, don't say it out loud, keep it to yourself. Just copy that. Let people think, please. And you can wear my chocolate. No. All right, talk it over with your neighbor. Why are these not algebraic expressions? All right, let's see. I heard because they are equations, but not all of them. Only these 2 are equations. Does everybody know what these are called? Inequalities. You should have covered this some time back, right? Equations and inequalities. All right. So with that said, let's say your BFF was not here, and you're going to take a picture of this, hashtag them. Give me 3 hashtags at what you're going to write algebraic expressions are. Hashtag what? Yeah, keep it to yourself. Let people write theirs. You need at least 2 to 3. Hashtag what? Okay, share a couple with your neighbor. Hashtag what? Let's see. Jesus, hashtag what? Hashtag expressions. Okay. Gerard, hashtag what? Constants. Julian, hashtag what? No equations or inequalities. That's pretty good, right? All right. So, let's move on. Here we go. Now, to clarify, because there's still some of you that are still having doubts in regards to the parts of an expression. Here we go. Parts of an expression. A term starts but ends as soon as there's a plus or a minus coming up. So, for example, here, the first term starts with 4x, but it ends here at the x because we see a subtraction sign. This is the second term, negative 3x. And it ends and another begins because we see a what? A plus sign, and there's the other, okay? What other things do we need to know? What are the like terms? Like terms, that means they need to have the same exact exponent for the same exact variable. So which are my like terms here? The 4x and the 3x, and this one will be a negative. This, too, that does not have a variable is called a what? Constant, a constant, okay? Therefore, like terms, constant. Coefficient. Pay attention to this part. Coefficient is a number that multiplies the variable. Look up to the screen. A coefficient is a number that multiplies the variable. So look at this expression. My coefficients are 4, negative 3, and no, only those two. Tell your neighbor why not positive 2. Everyone. It doesn't have a variable. That is correct. That's why it's a constant. That means the only two coefficients are 4 and negative 3. However, I said whenever you have an expression that does not have a coefficient, like this one, look up. It's invisible. What is the invisible number there?
1.
A 1 and a 1. Are we there so far? Okay, don't copy this next one. Look up and keep the answers to yourself. I want you to think and let people think. We have 6x squared minus 5x plus 4 plus x squared. Look at it. Question. Once again, don't answer this out loud. Keep it to yourself. How many terms are there in the expression? Okay. Which ones are like terms? Which one's the constant? And what are my coefficients? Everybody got it? Talk it over with your neighbor. Please answer those questions. All right. Let's see. Armando, how many terms in this expression? I'm sorry? 4. Okay. Which are the like terms? 6x to the second, x to the second. Okay. Which is my constant? 4. And what are my coefficients? We just covered this, which tells me you weren't paying attention. The coefficients are the numbers that multiply the variables. Therefore, Armando, what are my coefficients? Okay, here's my variable, one of them, 2, 3. What numbers are multiplying those variables? He's got it. Go. Give me a number. for this one, which is the number multiplying it? 6. How about for this one? But including the sign, it's negative 5. How about for this one? 1. Hands if you got that. Everybody understand what we're doing? Let's do it again. See if you get this one by yourself. Look up. Look at this expression. Don't say it out loud. Keep it to yourself. X squared plus 10x minus 3 minus 8x. How many terms? Which are the like terms? Which is a constant? And what are the coefficients? Talk it over to your neighbor, please. All right. Let's try it again. Raymond, how many terms? 4. Which are the like terms? Positive 10x, negative 8x. What is my constant? Negative 3. And what are my coefficients? Positive 1, positive 10, negative 8. Hands if you got that. That is correct. So now we get we're starting to get a little bit more familiar with this. All right. So for tonight, you're basically going to be simplifying expressions. You don't need to write these steps. Let me just show you what we're doing to evaluate. We're substituting values into the variables of the expression. We're using order of operations. Remember, who remembers PEMDAS? Yes? Also, we're using the CAD properties, which is commutative, associative, and distributive properties. And at the end, we simplify. So watch. Order of operations, quick refresher. Look up, please. First step for order of operations, we're going to look into the grouping symbols, which are parentheses. And then from there, we're going to look into the exponents or powers. Second step, we're going to look for two things at the same time, multiplication and division. But we're going to look for it using a quick scan going from left to right, whichever comes first. So question, if the first one that comes up from left to right is division, and then after that multiplication, which one do you do first? Division, from left to right, whichever comes first. Last step. Third step is addition and subtraction, and once again, we scan it from left to right, whichever comes first, addition or subtraction. Therefore, copy example 1A. We're going to do this one together. Let's see how we do. Example 1A, copy that. 15 minus 2 times 3 plus 1. Simplify that. You have 30 seconds. Go. What? Are you serious? All right, check with the neighbor, see what they got. All right, let's see. First, who got 40? Okay, who got 43? Who got, let's see, 10? Okay, answer is 10. Let me go over this. Do I have any parentheses? Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? And I'm going from left to right. So let's see. What number is from left to right so I can do multiplication? Negative 2 times 3. What is negative 2 times 3? Negative 6. Bring down to 15 plus 1. Do we have addition and subtraction? Yes, I'm going from left to right, whichever comes first. What is 15 minus 6? 9. Plus 1, it's 10. That's why you need to follow the order of operations. Tonight, that's basically the home plate. However, the only thing that's going to be different is that we're going to evaluate expressions. So copy this next one. Example 3. Example 3, I want you to copy this expression, x plus parentheses y plus z, close parentheses squared. But on the side, I want you to write this. X equals -2, y equals 3, and z equals 2. So this is how we evaluate. You get your expression, and we substitute the values that they give us. So what is the value of x? -2 plus. What is the value of y? 3 plus. What is the value of z? 2, close parentheses squared. Now we use order of operations. So, do I have parentheses? Yes. Let me simplify inside. What is 3 plus 2? 5. Bring down the squared plus -2. Do we have an exponent? Yes. What is 5 squared? 25. Bring down the -2. Do we have multiplication or division? No. Addition and subtraction? Go from left to right. So what is -2 plus 25? 23, Michael Jordan. Home plate for tonight is found on page 515 and page 55, and you're doing all evens only. Only. So, there is tutoring today. If I don't see you, have a good one. I want you to bring me back those papers signed, the Saturday Academy slip, and your progress report on the reverse side. If you're not coming to the Saturday Academy, make sure it has a note. Have a good one. Enjoy your home play. See you guys. Tamales. Bye.